Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. It is lesson number 6, The Ant Lion by Judith Wright. Today we will move towards building of some other words with the help of the words we have learned. This lesson is for all sections of grade 8, and the activity has already been mentioned, working with words. Book is Oxford Modern English 8. Today it is 27th August 2020 and a very rainy day, Thursday. Your teacher Sayyid Mubashir Hussain Shah is here for you. Dear students, we want to make you able to improve your vocabulary, to enable you understand functions of different words in a sentence. We want also you to make able use different words in sentences of your own. Dear students, can you tell me what are adverbs? Anybody can define an adverb? Yes, please, if you can. Yes, you can. Hurry up, boys. You can. Yes, please. Hurry up. An adverb is a word which describes a verb. First thing, an adverb is a word which describes a verb. Then it describes an adjective. Then it can also describe another adverb. So you must know an adverb is a word which describes a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. Here, the first question given, the first exercise given in B section of the exercise, and it is here in front of you. If you go through the passage carefully, you will find all the adverbs started but not completed below. Find them in the passage and notice the way in which they are used. Which verbs do they describe? The first thing you will have to notice these incomplete words. They have been started but have not been completed. Find them in the passage and notice the way in which they are used. Next activity is you will have to find which verbs do they describe. When you have completed the words below, you use them in sentences of your own. So you will have to think about these words, and you must open your book at page 85, and we can solve this exercise in this way. The first word is SLO. The incomplete adverb is here, SLO. We can complete in this way by saying SLOWLY, slowly. It is slowly, and you can find it in your textbook in the passage we are going through, and you can also find a verb which is being described by this adverb slowly. Now we can make a simple sentence. Before it, you must know the meanings. Slowly means in slow speed, and the sentence we can make, my brother rides slowly. Next word in front of you is friend. And now we are going to complete frenziedly. Frenziedly, what does it mean? It means widely, as if in a panic, in a troublesome situation. So the sentence for this word can be: the deer ran frenziedly before the tiger. Definitely the deer is in a panic situation, and it moved wildly, it ran wildly, because the tiger was after it. So the deer ran frenziedly before the tiger. Next word is orphan. Next word is frantically. It can be frantically, and frantically also means wildly, in a wide, excited manner, but little bit different from frenziedly and now frantically. A little differences here. You can find this difference in the sentence given here. The wrestler behaved frantically after overcoming his opponent. In the first word, frenziedly, the prey is in such a situation, but here in an excited manner, the wrestler is behaving, and he has overcome his opponent. Now he is enjoying his activity, he is happy, and he is excited, but in a wide manner. The next word in front of you, TRU. Definitely it is truly, and in a true sense, in a real sense, and we can make a sentence for it. The wrestler, truly speaking, we should improve our ways to get success in life. Next, TREA, tree. Definitely it is some word, and it is treacherously. Treacherously, definitely in deception. In deception, deceptively, deceiving somebody in a situation, and we can make a sentence for this word in this way: the cunning fox took an ass, a donkey, to the lion treacherously. Definitely using some trick, the cunning fox is taking the ass, the donkey, to the lion. The next word in front of you is, it is an incomplete word, ruth, and we can say ruthlessly. You can see definitely it is ruthlessly, and it means mercilessly. When somebody is not taking mercy on somebody, mercilessly, we can make a sentence: the leopard tore the lamb ruthlessly, mercilessly. The next incomplete adverb is in front of you, ging. Definitely it is gingerly. And what does it mean by gingerly? You must know: cautiously, carefully. And we can make a sentence, we can use it in a sentence in this way: the troops moved gingerly towards the fort. Definitely they are aware of the risks, they are aware of the dangers involved on their movement. So the troops moved gingerly, it means cautiously, carefully, towards the fort. The next incomplete word is in front of you, purs, P-R-S. Definitely the word taken from your text is persistently. It means continuously, with determination, continuing, determined. So the sentence for this word is, we should work hard persistently to achieve our goal. We should work hard persistently to achieve our goal. Definitely we should work hard continually and with determination, then we will be able to achieve our goal, then we will be able to reach at our destination. The next word in front of you, UNCER, uncertainly. Uncertainly, definitely. Uncertainly, when there is no certain, something undecisive, something indecisively done, nervously done. So the sentence to clarify this word is, the rain started uncertainly and we could not set on our journey. The rain started uncertainly and we could not set on our journey. Definitely we could not start our journey because the rain had started. Next word in front of you is, this is incomplete word, fin, Fin. After reading through the text, we reached at the word finally. Finally, we found this word from your text, finally, which means eventually. After moving towards different things, we reached eventually, finally. Then we can use this word in a sentence. Finally, my brother decided to study biology. He has been discussing it and finally he has decided to study biology. Let's move towards second question of the exercise B. This is, read the following sentence. A sentence has been given to be read and we are here to read this sentence. She thrust suddenly with the end of a twig, trying to push the ant up the shifting sand slope of the pit. She thrust suddenly with the end of a twig. Twig is a branch of tree, and trying to push the ant up the shifting sand slope of the pit. So there are some questions have been put on this sentence. So the first question is, underline the three words in the sentence which show movement of some kind. Here you can see movement is shown with the word thrust. Movement is shown with the word push. Then shifting sand slope, shifting. So the words are being underlined. These are the words being underlined. Yes. She thrust suddenly with the end of a twig, trying to push the ant up the shifting sand slope of the pit. Three words have been underlined. Now moving towards the next exercise. What does the next word says? Use the following words in sentences of your own. You may use two or more words in one sentence if you wish. So the words are here: throw, thrust, push, shift, shove, heave, move, budge, propel, pitch. All these words are little bit same, and these are the words which show some movement in a sentence. So we need to use these words in right very spirit. So here are the words. The first word is in front of you. Keep, throw. So we can make a sentence First you make your attempt, you need to make your attempt, and now I am going to give you a sentence. She threw the ball. She threw the ball. Here the ball was removed from one place to another. She threw the ball. Next word is in front of you, thrust. You can use this word in your sentence. Yes, you should not thrust your ideas upon others. So next word is in front of you, push. Push. He pushed the door open. He pushed the box from one end to the other side of the room, to the other corner of the room. He pushed the box from one corner of the room to the other corner of the room. You can make many other sentences such like he pushed the door open. Next word is in front of you, shift. Shift. Okay, we shifted the burden of sack from right to left. So the burden of the sack was shifted from right to left shoulder, for example. Then we should move towards the next word, shove. Shove. It is also used to push and in the same meanings but a little difference. Shove. They shoved the snow from the road. Shoved the snow from the road. Definitely they removed the snow from the road. Now next word is heave. Heave. Why have you heaved up so much load of work? Why have you heaved up so much load of work? Definitely with the load you are moving. Next word is move. Move. It is in the same spirit. He emotionally moved on my words of sympathy. Here I have taken this word in some idiomatic sense. You can also say, please move your hand from this place. You can use such type of sentence. You can make such type of sentence using the word move in this way. Next word is budge. Budge. And this word says, amount in his pocket budged out when he fell. Definitely it came out of his pocket. Now next word is propel. Propel. How will you make sentence of this word? Your words propelled me towards success. Definitely they moved me. Pitch. Pitch. Hard work does not mean you should pitch down your health. You should not pull your health down. Hard work does not mean you are just spoiling your health. Moving towards next thing. Now it's C. C part of question 2. It says, pick out the subject, a main verb, and an object from the sentence above. Three things we will have to pick up. First thing is subject, then a main verb, and then an object from the sentence. If you look at this sentence, she is the subject. The subject is usually noun or pronoun in a sentence, and it is responsible to do some work in the sentence. So the work is thrust, which was done by she. She thrust suddenly with the end of her twig. Then a main verb. There are some verbs in this sentence, but the main verb is thrust. trying is also verb, push is also verb, but okay, then shift is also a verb, but thrust is the main verb because it is the verb which is being used as the main verb of the sentence. Next thing is object. Object. What is object in this sentence? Object is a word which is practiced on by the subject, which is just worked on by the subject. She thrust suddenly with the end of a twig, definitely thrusting the twig. So twig is the object here, trying to push the ant up the shifting sand slope of the pit. Push the ant. So the ant is the object of the verb to push, and then we find another object, sand slope, shifting sand slope of the pit. It is object of the verb shift. Anyhow, some of them are in front of you. Subject, subject, she is the subject. Yes. Main verb, thrust. Thrust is the main verb. And object, object, there can be many objects. Twig is the object. Then we find ant. Ant is the object, and sand slope is also the object here, but I haven't mentioned it in this slide. The next part of this sentence is try to summarize the sentence in 7 words or less. We need to try to summarize the sentence. Here it is, the summary of the sentence. Yes. She pushed the ant with a twig up the slope. She pushed the ant with a twig up the slope. Here you can know one thing. Always count the words which are verbs, nouns, pronouns, adjectives or adverbs. She is the pronoun, we can count it. Pushed is the verb, we can count it. Ant is the noun, we can count it. Twig is the noun, we can count it. Slope is the noun, we can count it. In this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just 5 words we used. Other words are prepositions, articles, etc. They are not counted when we count words of a sentence. Okay? Dear students, now it's the time to assign you some work. You are assigned to do B3 exercise yourself. And this exercise is given at page 85 of your book. Here it says, what are these words from the story? The letters are jumbled. Unscramble the letters and insert them in the appropriate blank spaces in the sentences on the next page. So here are the words, and you make sensible words from them. These letters are jumbled. You can make sensible words, then use them in the blanks given on the next page, page 86. These are the 6 words and 6 are the sentences with 6 blanks. You need to complete this, and you can send its picture to me after the completion of the exercise. Thank you very much. Hope you have learned many things, and you will learn many more things if you pay full attention to the lesson. Thank you very much. अल्लाह हाफिज़।